Grab some drink. Get this show on the road. Alrighty. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hello. Welcome into the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Let's get things squared away here. Unloaded in. Alright, cool. We got some people in here already. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, welcome one, welcome all. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Welcome in. Okay, so today should be a fun one. Let's go ahead and set up our environment here. Yeah, we're already at 5,200. We just crossed 5,000 subscribers on Thursday, and it's Saturday, and we're at 5.2. So that's crazy. 200 subs in 2 days, 3 days. You know, that's crazy. So really appreciate all of the love from everybody supporting. It seems like everybody really likes the full stack project from scratch kind of series we've been doing. This title has really kind of hit the YouTube algorithm, I think. So we're gonna keep rolling with it. Yo, what's going on, Jerry? Nadazan, how's it going? Welcome back into the usuals, the OGs and everybody coming in. Let's get started here. Let's go CD into our front end client here. Let's npm run dev. Yo, what's going on, Roturaj? How's it going? Welcome back in. Welcome back, dude. Alright, we're back in our project today. Should be a fun one. I'm gonna write a pinned comment here so people don't get upset. that, and then what we'll do is we'll write a comment here, and we'll say Polyworld is a prediction market data pipeline providing niche stats for top bettors. Pin that thing. All right. Now you can just refer to the pin message for what is this project? I get that like every 5 seconds. What are you doing? What is this? Oh, here we go, Jerry already. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. So today should be a fun one. We're going to be kind of going through, last time we left off on the project was we finished implementing forgot and reset password pages in its entirety. I did not implement the resend email part yet. I was going to do that off stream, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I took yesterday off after work just to go get some ice cream with my girlfriend and walk around and hang out. It was a nice afternoon, and it's Friday. I was tired after a long week of work. Anyways, but today we're back Saturday, and then tomorrow Sunday we'll probably do a long stream. So for 5K sub special, and we'll play games and stuff, and I'll probably also hop back on later today as well. After we do a coding session, I'll probably take a break, go get some lunch, and come back later. Probably with my girlfriend, and go take yoga or something, and then we'll play some games like Stardew. Maybe League or CS, depending on what you guys want to see. Where are you from? Are you a CS student? No, so I'm from the United States, West Coast United States. I live in California right now. I graduated back in 2021, and I have a degree in biology and chemistry. And I worked as a chemist for 4 years, and now I work in a molecular biology clinical lab, kind of being a lab manager. And yeah, it's a new gig for me, kind of being more of an administration management role. So we're giving it a go, and it's a little bit of a different pace than what I'm used to. And but I like kind of have more energy to kind of do streams. As you can see, I've been doing more daily streams again, and they've been longer and more kind of energetic in terms of what we've been building. And yeah, but also be on the lookout because I'm just in this kind of weird spot here with these Beanie Babies and stuff in my girlfriend's mom's spare bedroom. Currently, my house is being constructed, so it's being built, and I move in June. So we'll be in a new house with fast internet. We can do multi-streams again. I'm going to get 3D printer. We're going to have a little home lab. We're going to do servers, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. We get more room and whole setup to have to our own. So I'm not trying to really overtake or be, a nuisance here. I'm trying to just stay out of the way and have my stream where in this little corner. But yeah. Anywho, let's get started here. I've got these allergies are kicking my tail. Okay. Last time we left off, we completed, like I said, the user registration or the password reset and stuff. Except for the resend, I need to do that part. But I started to implement the single better here, and I actually, before I started the stream, I went and reverted the code we wrote for passing in parameters for save paths so we could reuse the code from before. And I just really thought about that after I streamed. I was like, that was so stupid. I can't believe I chose that way to do that. Let me get a little tissue because I'm blown. I got a sniffle like crazy. close this a little bit more so there's not as much pollen getting in or something. Okay. And so what we're going to do is work on the single better today, but kind of separate the functionality to its own thing. We need to, there's a couple of things I need to revert back, right? So we have this build users that we're passing in here. We don't want to pass in betters here. Build users, we're not doing that anymore. I deleted the save path that we were doing and the filtering for the parameter. And then that doesn't commit, that's fine. Okay, so now what I need to do is I'll go to build user here. This goes client, blah, 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 blah. That's fine, nothing changes there. But I need to do save leader. Save leaders here, insert poly user. Now we can take this part off here. Right. And we'll make this insert leader. I'll go to insert poly user here. This goes to insert leader. We're going to remove the table parameter. And then insert into leaders. Leader snaps. Now this is going to go to take leader snapshot. Take leader snapshot. We're going to remove the table parameter. Kind of just retracing our steps here. Probably should have just saved a git entry so we didn't have to do this, but we're not smart. We're done. Insert into take leader snapshot, give it user change. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. If I search up here table, I should get nothing in here but the create tables. Good. Now to test this out, make sure this is still working, we can just run our program here. And see if this goes through. Okay, it's going. Okay, so what we're gonna do is while that's running in the background, we need to go to our schema. We have leaders and we have betters. So betters have um, betters don't have a run ID. They will have a timestamp for when the search was made. Oh, this is for betters. So the betters have an address, username, join. Yeah, all these are the same. Okay. And then we have better snaps. So our better snaps has a timestamp, address, primary key of a timestamp and address. Balance decimal. Because we're going to create the same. Okay. So let's get going here. All right, hello. I'm back working on my Polyworld project, ready to do a coding session. I'm ready to work on the single better builder functionality for the better search, and currently I'm working on putting together the better field schemas for better fields and better snap fields. So far in better fields, I have address, username, joined, URL, last updated, and appearance. Well, I'll just paste them to you actually. The better snaps are going to resemble similar to what the leader snaps are, as we're generating, similar or the same kind of data for, just a different time frame potentially. But the better fields might be different, and there might be a slight difference as we are linking the better to whoever, what user searched them, and when they were searched via, and that updates the last updated via the timestamps on the snaps and stuff. You know how we've been doing it. So I'll show you what I have so far. How long I've been coding so far? We've been coding live on the channel here. Pretty much everything I've been learning on the for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. Okay. Good start. The schema looks solid and consistent with your existing tables. A few things discussed before we finalize. Better fields looks correct. Same structure as leaders. Appearances columns make sense here too for tracking how many times this address has been searched. Better snaps fields. Two missing columns you discussed. Right. This is going to be who searched it. Searched by, which is going to be a user searched by, which is a UUID, right? Which would be the would this be a foreign key? Okay, no, so it's a references, right? Okay, that's right. Um, okay, so it'd be something like we have searched by UUID, not null, references, right? The user's ID on delete. No, I don't want to delete all the searches of that. Um, integer not null the date range. A period, integer not null the date range used for the closed positions. Oh, that's right. That's probably good. So this is integer. This is a closed period. Got you. Put that there, closed period. No, it kind of is defining, so I'll leave it out in the front here. Okay. These are what make better snaps fundamentally different from leader snaps. Without them, you lose the context of who searched what and with what parameters. Run ID. Do you need it here? Oh, thanks so much for the sub. To fly. Thanks so much. I appreciate you coming in. Welcome, dude. These are what make better snaps. Yeah, run ID. Do you need it here? In leader snaps, you use run ID to identify which pipeline sweep a snapshot belongs to and filter to the latest run. For better snaps, there's no pipeline sweep. Each snap is generated on demand by a specific user, so run ID doesn't apply. Instead, you filter by search by and timestamp to get a user's search history. So I'm going to suggest though that I removed the on cascade delete because I want to retain the user data despite if the account is deleted for our user. You want to retain the search data, not the user data. Good thinking on keeping the data after account deletion is a valid product decision, but removing the foreign key entirely means you lose referential integrity. The right approach here is to keep the foreign key but change the delete behavior. Searched by better snaps field. Yeah, that's the person who took the snapshot. Okay. So user ID on delete set null. Means if the user count is deleted, search by becomes null instead of deleting the snap row. You keep the historical data but lose the association with who searched. That's best for both worlds. Missing commas between the first three fields. Oh, whoops. If you're using on delete set null, the column cannot be not null. So we'll just say references. So UID reference. Okay, let's see here. I think that is solid. Let's just make sure that we don't have any additional bugs. I think we're good to go. Where'd my drink go? Ah. Your primary key address timestamp means you can only have one snapshot per address per timestamp. For the custom search here use case, that would cause a problem. Two different users searching the same address at the same time would conflict. Consider changing the primary to search by. That's right. or like that. Or instead, let's not do this. Let's not do that. Let's instead use just a UUID for an ID of this thing. Right. And then it's a primary key, default. And then when you do gen random UUID here, like that. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to cancel this out. Okay. What is your study roadmap? What is everything you learned up to this point? Yeah, I have it all in my Discord down below, and it's all on my all my YouTube here. So just go back through my streams if you care, and it's all here. I've been streaming it all this whole time. Is this project open source? No, this is my proprietary project. It's mine. It's mine. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this is a poly user model. Um, yeah, we still use this. Okay. So what we're gonna do is single better builder is going to um, single better pipeline started. It's gonna be single better pipeline. This takes in a new polyworld. This goes polyworld for build users. And we're going to do a polyworld.build user. Well, hold on. Let me look here. So we really just need this build user function here to return us the poly user model for the single address. So in our single better builder here, we don't even need polyworld here. We'll go to from services dot polyworld services import build poly user services build user. So we don't even really need the polyworld object here. We just need to call build user here. While passing in our coroutine. But that's the thing, is we generated the client here. And then this does the saving as well. Okay, so let's go here. Well, I guess we'll write a function. Async def build better. Self an address, which is a string, a count appearances, which is a bool, which is false, and this is going to return back a polyuser model. So we're basically going to do a similar setup here of what we kind of had before. So I kind of copy this. This is why I think I need to get better at programming in terms of knowing how to reuse this code better. Than I feel like there's got to be a better approach than this. But yeah, not sure. So we don't even need a result here. We do need to generate a timestamp, and we don't even need a chunks. We don't need to do. We don't even need a loop. We just need to log. So this is what we can just say here. I don't even think we need to log anything here. So we can just call the build user function. So we don't even need to do for address and chunk here. I'm not even sure if we need to load up all of these tasks, right? We definitely don't even need to sleep because we're just doing one search. Don't even need to do this. This instance for you exception. Because we got an exception in these tasks. So what we should probably do is just go like this. Try to await build user, right? This function here. And then well, maybe we keep the async IO wait for, so we can use a timeout here. I don't think we need to wait if we're using wait for try. Oh, well, maybe you do. Except for exception as E, we're going to logger.info single better error and log E here. And then I guess we'll do single better error \n address \n the error. Okay. /n there as well. So then this doesn't happen. We don't need to get the next run ID. We don't need to get the max run ID. Say phase started. I guess do that. We're gonna try to save leader for. Now we're going to get a value here. Or none. Okay, so we don't even need this. Save leader, given user. So this would be called save better. Update better appearances for the run ID. That's where we would need to, and this would be return user here. Okay, so we save better, which is insert better. So this takes a run ID. I think we don't take a run ID anymore. Better's takes just a regular ID. Right, so it doesn't take a run ID anymore. We call it insert better. Takes a poly user model timestamp and a take snapshot is true. So polybase insert leaders here. So this will be a similar function. Honestly, to this. But we would take in polynomial timestamp, not run ID. So we insert better. You dump out the data from the model. We have these keys. Address, username, joined, URL. Searched by. So address, username, joined, URL, searched by. Oh no, so better just goes into the better and then better snaps. The address, username, joined, URL. Last updated gets updated automatically for the timestamp of the search. So I think that's it then. Right. Pass in the timestamp, and that saves the leader. Build better. Save the better, give it a run. Okay, so polybase, insert better, given these user data user snapshots. Okay, last updated. Just save to the timestamp. User data, user snapshot data. Okay. Let's take our insert better function here. Getting a little bit lost, so I'm trying to line myself back up. Good start, you got the right structure. Insert into betters. Table name is wrong. You copied the insert poly user to leaders but forgot to change leaders to betters. So insert to better. So we don't have run ID. Take better snapshot. Right? Insert into betters those values. So then we're going to have this. Which is take better snapshot. Given user snapshot dictionary data, timestamp, and a searched by, which is going to be a stir. So we're going to call take better snapshot by passing in the user snapshot data. Well, we need to pass in the searched by. Right. So insert better takes in a timestamp, take snapshot, and all this other information. Yeah, so we need, here would be searched by, just stir. It would be closed period, which would be an int, and then take snapshot bool false. Okay, that's fine. So now what we would do, we would take better snapshot given searched by, and so the schema is searched by here, closed period, and the better snaps. So then closed period here. So take better snapshot takes in a search by and a closed period, which is an int. User snapshot data searched by equals to search by. And then we have to do the same thing. User snapshot data quote closed period is equal to closed period here. We insert those into the snapshot and then we save it into the polybase. Okay. So insert better. We get the poly user model. We got all the keys and values, so we can map them to a user data snapshot here. We insert into betters all of those, and then commit, and then take a snapshot. So make sure our better schema, this is address, join, username joined, URL last updated appearances. Address, username joined, URL last updated appearances. Okay, it's the same. Good. So then well, we could merge the tables into, so these are just like better, all betters, and then be like a leader, but I don't really want to do that. Keep it separate. Okay, so then take better snapshot does this, inserts into better snaps, those values, and then does that. So let's take our insert better function, or hold on, we have save better here for build better. This takes in just 4 parameters, so we get rid of the run IDs, right? We need this function, update better appearances. Given the, we need to give the, this returns a poly user model, right? So this would be user, so we pass in user dot address. How many times that address has been searched? Okay, and then commit, and then say single user saved successfully. Single better. Single better save failed. And that's gonna roll back. Returned. Return the user. Okay. Okay. So now I'll take my build better function. Paste this back in here. Good structure. You're thinking about this correctly. A few things to address. Search by and close period are missing. Yeah, right. So build better. Polyworld calls build better. Build better. Needs a address. Who to search. Who searched it. then just integer in the close period, right? So you would build a user that would return back a poly user. And they need to be passed through the save better, right? So save better calls insert better, which needs search by close period. Right? So now insert better needs to take in polyuser timestamp searched by close period. Like so. Now insert better takes in all of those and inserts the better into there. Okay, good. So then what we need to do though is we need to go to our build user function. And we need to pass into here a closed period, which is an integer which defaults to 30. So we say if closed period not in, let's just create a tuple here and say it's got to be 30, 60, 90, or 180 days. Let's just do 30, 60, 90. Erase your value error saying build user error. Invalid closing period. Okay, so that'll, you give a close period. And then what we can do is get URL async, you get the name, blah, 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 blah. You gather, get number of trades, get wins and losses, get total value. So get wins and losses here. Get wins and losses would need to take in the close period. Which would be a integer, right? We already kind of are protecting it, so we don't really need to do that here. Maybe we should protect it at its lowest level. Okay, so then you have closing period. Now what we would do is we would pass close period into get close positions for including the close period. And so we need to alter this function for period here. So that's fine, and we put that at, we already have that parameter set. So actually calls, sorry, get wins and losses. Did I not pass this in? Yeah, so get close positions takes in a period, so this is period. Okay, cool. So that'll get all close positions. And then I need to pass though. Get wins and losses here takes in a close period, which is equal to close period here. So right, so we pass in into our build user the close period that has to feed get numbers of get wins and losses by passing in close period. And then get wins and losses takes close period and feeds that into get close positions for the given period. Okay. Now what we can do is what I want to do is alter my schema of my I'm going to include into the leader snaps the closed period as well. So that'll add the closed period into our leader snaps. Right? And so leader snaps will take closed period automatically and save it into there. Build user takes in a closed period, does that. Then polywhirl build users and then saves. Gotcha. And saves leader. And saves leader here. Inserts leader. Why am I doing this? Poly user data. Not that data. Oh, because I get all of them and then save it into the query. Okay, got you. So then we would do into the user snapshot data, we would save. Oh, so here. Yeah, so into here we would save close period. Close period equal to, and we would say 30 here. Okay, so then that would insert and take leader snapshot by taking the snapshot for the lead snapshot dictionary and doing all that. Oh, we kind of add stuff there as well. Insert leader here. Let me take this then. Insert this inserts into the leaders, so then we'll take the insert into leader snapshot. Well, I guess we'll do that there. But why am I doing user data? Oh, I'm just separating them out from the model. Okay, that's right. And they both get the address. That's why. And the last update gets saved the timestamp into the user data here. And timestamp gets fed into the snapshot to take the user snapshot. That's right. Okay, so then I think that's fine. So then what we'll do is we'll go to our PSQL and we'll drop table leaders, drop table leader snaps, drop table users. Okay. Drop table users cascade. Okay. Cool. So now if we go to our do unicorn api.main app dash reload. Oh, app down. I don't want to do that. Okay. Now we have nothing in there. Good. No leaders in there. All right, we should have no users. So if I go here and do select all from users, nothing in there. How about from leaders? Nothing. And how about leader snaps? Yeah, nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's live. What's up? Is it possible to be a part of this project? No, I reach out to people on my Discord to see if anybody wants to code alongside me or hang out or do coding session, but people don't seem to take it too seriously. Honestly, it's really strange. Like, it's a really kind of it's sorry. Let me rephrase this. I think it's really kind of strange how there's a lot of people that are computer science majors and stuff that complain a lot, like either in the chat or online or whatever, in my Discord and stuff, and about lack of opportunities and growth and things like that, and um, or lack of opportunities rather, but and you have to like showcase stuff, right? That's kind of like the trend for your employment. It seems like for a lot of computer science, you have to showcase like projects and stuff. So you got to be willing to seems like to just like code for fun and just not worry about it. It just seems there's a common trend. Everybody seems like you have to be compensated. Now you should be compensated for if you're doing projects that are being paid projects that for companies that actually make money. But if you're just trying to like develop skills and stuff, it's like So what I'm trying to say is like I reach out and like I had like a project called Stalker, which was like our whackathon, a hackathon that we did, and no one committed on it. I was the only person. I had another project that we started like a long time ago when I was just starting. We started up. I had like two people, push commits on. So it's just like it's kind of interesting where there's like, a lot of programmers would say like, oh, I'm trying to find opportunities to code on stuff. I don't know what projects to build, blah blah blah. I wish there was stuff I could do and work alongside people to build things. But then when you present opportunities, like how quiet the field comes in terms of like, oh well, it's not actually like a paid gig. It's just for fun and for learning and building something for with somebody on the side. Who knows where it might go? Who knows what I might learn? But never mind. No, I'm good. I'll just stick to my getting denied by my thousandth application. It's just like at some point you gotta maybe take the power in your own hands and like try to do something, right? It's like sink or swim, whether it be in anything, programming, starting a business, selling clothes, selling things door to door. You got to try to put food on it too. So it's just weird. I'm totally not saying that they aren't trying, but I'm just trying to put in the context of like when I'm like asking about helping out with projects like this, and if anyone's interested in like learning alongside me and hanging out and putting in some stuff, and I just kind of get crickets. But I'm also not that big of a fan of like just blindly pushing like AI code. And the one time I did open up like projects for commits and pushes, like I got a couple of like pushes that were just like a couple of thousand lines long of just slop code that I didn't want to put in there. And so I think a lot of people also maybe maybe a lot of people are like embarrassed. They don't want to submit code because they don't want it to be denied, or also they don't want to, or they don't know how to write it. They're just using AI too much to write it for them. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think leak code is still relevant? I don't know. I think it's a fun little like challenge for yourself to learn certain concepts. I definitely think that there's areas in certain projects where data structures and algorithms are useful. I primarily use the data structures part of DSA more, how to package data. It seems like that's a lot more relevant. Now, obviously, how you search through that data and get through it, that's where you apply those algorithms. But it seems like the data packaging and construction and architecture is what's really, really key for a lot of and that's kind of where I made my bets in like the stock market was with like I think the data was going to become fairly valuable in the 2000s and above. And so that's why in the early like 2018, 19, 2020, that's where I was kind of investing in stuff. And it's just because data is so valuable. You can like you can program whole AI models now off of data, like of people's spending data or people's like you have to think like tracking habitual data. It's like all plays into marketing and products and mathematical models to get you to buy things. It's like all about capitalism. It's crazy. Um, you're right. People will only be interested if there's compensation. Make useful projects, socialize, advertise. I'm looking to strengthen my skills. Honestly, my Discord is linked down below in the description. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how I had several projects so far that I've reached out to people if they wanted to code alongside, and because there's been comments just like yours, like hey, like can I join along? Can I code with you? And then when push comes to shove, how quickly people like shy away from actually doing anything or sitting down and actually writing code. Like I think that might be honestly it. Is that honestly it? They just don't actually sit down and write code. Can't get themselves to do it. Short form content fried. Okay, so I think we are good to make a run here for single better, but hold on really quickly. Let's just go through really quickly and see what's going to happen and make sure our pipeline is kind of okay here. So our single better we'll start the pipeline here and we'll time the pipeline. We'll build a better for a given address here. This is just testing here. And then we pipeline complete and whatever. So that's fine. So we build user here. So build user takes in a closing period, which defaults to 30. So we need to build user here, and we're going to take in a build user takes in a client. And a closing period. What? Oh yeah, so I'm doing controlling. So this is we should be doing from let me back this up. We need to keep our polywhirl in here. So polywhirl, we're gonna build better, right? Given a better's address, a search by, which will be like what for this test? We'll just say test search. And then our build better also takes in our closing period, which will be, I'm going to make this 90 days, the maximum. Okay, so build better will take in those. Build better takes in a search by, a closing period. So we're not actually using those parameters, so we have an issue here. So save better needs to take in the search by and closing by. Or close period, sorry. So that'll handle that. So we set up the polybase setup. We build a user. I'm not really sure if this is entirely right, but we save better. We count appearance. We need to update better. Appearance is given an address, so that we need this function here. So update leader appearances here. So we're gonna do def update better appearances given self and an address, which is a stir. Okay, we're going to, if address is none, we're going to return. And also we're going to do something similar to this basically. We can kind of just take this. We're going to update betters. Set appearances equal to appearances plus 1, where address in select distinct address from better snaps where address equals to. So update the betters table, set the appearances in the betters table. To appearances plus 1, where the address is in I'm not really sure about this one. Let's get some feedback on this one. Could I get some feedback on this function for updating appearances for betters given the address? The logic is wrong for the better use case. You copy the pattern from the update leaders, which is use run ID. But better appearances work differently. You already have a specific address, so just update it directly. That's what I thought. Okay. So it's as simple as, I don't think we need all this logic here. You just say where address equals to %s here, and then you give it this address. So maybe we should make this a little bit more protective as well. So like, let's ask, do we need protections on this injection for the address by checking that it starts with 0xb and is the length of a proper address to avoid malicious approaches? Good security instinct, yes. Validating the address format before it hits the database is worth doing. Polymarket address is an Ethereum address which has well-defined format. Never mind. I use Claude to ask for questions and talk through my processes and kind of be like my rubber duck. Ah. My throat's kind of like scratchy. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. So we build better. Okay, so we're back to our build better. Let's get some feedback here. Build better does this. Good progress. We need a return here. Right. We're gonna build user for the close period. Close period. Nice, I think that'll do that. User equals await sync, await for build user, address, client, closing period, timeout 20. So we might make this like a timeout 30. So we're going to go to our polybase build or polywhirl build user. I'm going to take the build user and show that we now take in, oh, hold up. Yeah, so build user now takes in a closed period. Yeah. Check out the pinned comment, my boy. Okay, so let's try to run. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna go here, drop table betters, drop table better snaps. I think that was it. Colon close period. Oh, hold on. You got a typo. Okay, so we have a typo, close period somewhere. Um, there it is. Okay, let's try it again here. Invalid input syntax for type UUID test search. Oh, okay, we got. Give me a dummy UUID for my search by testing. All right, we'll just take this dummy UUID rather than using just a regular word. Here, take that UUID. Okay, let's try it again. Insert error update on table better snaps violates foreign key constraints better snaps search by foreign key. Key search by is not present in the table users. Oh, that would make sense. Okay, so let's do this. Let's log in. Let's register a user. Test at gmail.com. Password. We're logged in here. Let's go to our PSQL. Let's go select the ID from users where email equals to test at gmail.com. Here's this UUID for that user. Now we'll take it into our tester. And we'll paste it here. Now we can run this. So this better pipeline should have failed. Yeah, let's delete this. Oh, okay, hold up. Pipeline complete. Okay. Let's delete this and try it one more time. Boom, saved. Okay. Now let's select all from betters join betters dot address betters dot on. Is it join on? I forgot. Is it join or is it better search on? Um, oh no, it's join the table. Better snaps on betters dot search by equal to better snaps dot no, so betters dot oh well, hold on, no, I don't need to do that. I need just to say sorry, select all from betters, join better snaps on betters dot address why am I struggling here? So what is the better snaps as an address and the max timestamp? Join on betters dot address equals to better snaps dot address where max I don't think this works. Definitely not. Gonna need some feedback on that one for sure. Come on, what we got? What we got? Select all from betters. Join better snaps on betters.address equals to better snaps.address where betters.address equals to I'm trolling. Okay, so let's take this one. Select all from betters where join better snap from betters join better snaps on betters.address equals better snaps.address where betters.address we're not going to do betters.address. We want to do betters.searched by is equal to and we want to do this one. Order by time standards in level 1. Betters. How do you How do you pretty print? I forgot. I had a note here. Give me 1 second. Where was that one at? Where was that one at? \x, not /x. Okay. So we search dodge a bullet, singular. He appears twice. So let me go back. Limit. Let me just take off the limit. For 2. Six, 4, 5, 8, 7, 2, 5, 1. Oh, I think it's because we did that search with the one that was made up, and it just didn't save. Oh no. DBC. DBC, same by the same person. Which, if we look, that's that search. Okay. So let me go like this. Let's drop table betters better. And then let's run our program. Okay, that ran. Now let's go to this, all of them, which is a 1 record, right? Yeah, good. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, cool. So you might be asking, what's the point of this? Like, why are we doing this? Well, we have a builder which builds multiple asynchronous, fires to users at the same time. And now we can do single betters for extended date fields. So what we can do is, if you're a member, you can access the better search feature and individually search betters and save their snapshots to your profile, basically, right? So our next addition, now that we have this function written, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to route this functions, single builder, better builder. We'll probably put this all into the polywhirl object or whatever. And then we will import this functionality into and stick it into an API endpoint, right? So we'll stick it into an API endpoint, and then the user will be able to search them, and then we'll just have a chart, right, of all of the snapshots that the user has created, and then they can have various snapshots saved, and what. So I think that'll be a cool feature. Yeah, that'll be our next move here. So that works appropriately. Let's go ahead and I got it working. Let's just say I got it working. I just want you to check over my code changes and let me know if I have errors. Okay, so this is our single better builder. Single better builder calls build better. Build better calls save better. It calls insert better. Insert better calls take better snapshot. Yeah. Okay. This looks solid overall. Good clean separation between the leader and better flows. A few things to flag. Logger.info on fetch error should be logger.error. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Yeah, error. Better dot address in the pipeline script could fail if so here better equals await better here if better elapsed equals around time. Right, that's right. So we say like if better here because better could be returned none by build better, then we have elapsed time and logger info, else exception, else we raise probably what, like a logger dot warning with a message like single builder. Oh my gosh, completed. Right, but something like that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. The search by is a raw UUI string ID here. Yes. How long did it take you to get to this point? I've been streaming myself coding almost every single day. Obviously with some days off here and there. Pretty much about, I'd say, over 50% of the week, 50, 70% of the time, coding, learning here live on this channel from scratch. So it's all right here. So it's taken me, we've been doing it for about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Now you need the fast API endpoint that exposes this to paid users. This is where you need two pieces connect. The front end sends an address and period. The endpoint validates auth and tier calls. Build better returns results. Okay, that was cool. We built that. Nice. I'm kind of hungry now. What time is it? 1:40. What you guys building? How many people we got in here? We got 20 people. You guys are enjoying the stream so far. If you leave a like, subscribe. We're at 5,200 subscribers. We actually got 200 subs in the past like 3 days. So huge YouTube algorithm boost. Big clutch there. Thank you guys so much for following along and subscribing. We're building Polyworld right now, which is a prediction market pipeline for aggregating statistics, niche statistics for bettors and leaderboards. So Hope you guys are enjoying so far. We are getting ready to the point where we might be able to launch within the next few weeks. And yeah, we're going to have to start figuring out how we're going to host this bad boy and all that other jazz. So thanks so much for being here, everybody, and welcome back. I kind of want to shift our focus and maybe do some API stuff in front end, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. So let's go ahead and push up what we have so far. Git commit -m add a single better search. Yeah. Cool, we got a feature there. All right, let's go ahead and work on our front end then and see if we can't get this better search figured out. So yeah, let's try it. So the client public or our source, we need to go pages, and we're going to add a page here called better search .jsx, and we're going to, I'm going to take like a dummy template of the leader page.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Hey.
Yeah, you?
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you coming in. I'm also having a lot of trouble developing a web banking application. What kind of a trouble are you running into? I don't really know if I can help with that. I don't know too much about web banking or online payments at all. So I'm just trying to figure things out myself here. What's going on, Anonymous? Hey, Von Trail, welcome back, dude. Can I confirm it's been over a year and a half because I found him right when I started, and it was when I started. I took a break. I'm glad he's still going. You're going to use this as a business or just practicing building? I think it has, honestly, I think it has some real business application. I think that if people are willing to pay for simple little to-do apps and health apps on the App Store, why wouldn't they, maybe if you are serious about prediction market analytics and data and wanting to maybe do some betting on that, why wouldn't you maybe want to pay for this kind of data? I think it's pretty useful for kind of weeding out bots versus one-hit wonders versus real, traders. Finally, a channel that actually codes is a much needed channel, and I applaud you. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. I try my best to do about 95% of the coding myself, and then use AI to help me polish up my learning, learn more, and kind of plan. Yeah, I started from zero. Started with Harvard CS50P. I'd never even written a line of code until I was 25 years old. Now I'm 27, and we're cruising along. Okay. So let's go to, we have our leader page here. I'm going to copy this into the better search page. We're going to use this as a simple little project. So this will be get better. We're just going to kind of use it as a template. From our client, use of state, use effect, probably stay, navigating params. Yeah, we're going to need that probably. Okay. I don't think we're going to need these components. We probably need to abstract them out into their own component classes, which is fine. We'll go through all that later. We've been delaying that. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be the better search. Right? Which will be we'll just say like the user input, set user input, loading set error navigate params of the address. No, I don't think so. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, I don't think we actually need to use effect. Okay. So don't think we need that either. Okay. Okay, this is what we're gonna try here. So we have nav bar, we have a back button, which will go back to the leaderboard. We'll keep that. And let's go to our, let's actually do this. We need to go to better search, go to our app. Hands down. Better search. Better search. And then bring this in. Okay. So now what we can do is go to our home page, better search. We're going to add a on click. We're going to navigate to slash better search. Okay. So now we're here. Better search. We want to honestly kind of remove a lot of this stuff. Because it'll just go to a search there. We don't need a stat group rows. Okay. Let's just go like this. And that. Quick vital rows. Don't need that. Disclaimer. Don't need that. Stat groups. Don't need those. Don't need those. Don't need those. Those. Keep the footer. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll do it live, yeah. What's going on with our page? Why aren't we getting any data here? Let's see. No routes match to better search. Oh, so we need to get better in our API, that's right. Okay. Nice. So do I actually, sorry, I think I forgot what I do with the loading. Okay. We'll open this up. And then this basically. Okay, perfect. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and code up a little bit of a search section for us to search for betters, right? So we're gonna do a div here. This is gonna have a h1, which is gonna say better search. I'm actually going to go to our login and our register page. Actually, I'm gonna take the logo and card actually from here. That probably was way easier. We'll take that, put that there. And then what we'll do is we will get rid of, we don't need this or this. Value on this is going to be a user input, right, that we have. Password, don't need this on change. Why do we need this? No. Okay. Searching. Search. Okay. Okay, where else did we wrong here? Why do we got problems? Handle submit is not defined. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to yeah, this is good. Okay, let's get cooking here. Okay, so this will be the better search, right? Search, we'll say we'll say get, or say generate polyworld statistics for any poly market better. Generate polyworld statistics for any poly market better. And then what we'll do is, this will be text medium. We're going to get rid of this is gone. That's gone. Okay. The email label gone. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is grab from our login page, I'm going to grab that password section again. I know we deleted it already, but I'm going to grab it back. Go back here. replace the email with the password section, I'm going to say set user input here with the target value. This is going to be remove the label. This is going to be search bar. This is going to be I don't think we need a type on here. Value will be user input. On change set user input. Don't need a placeholder. We'll just say like that. And then we don't need on click. We're going to say we'll need to figure out an on click, right? And then we don't need this. So where are we having issues now? Show passwords not defined. Here. So this is just going to say search. And we'll probably make this a little magnifying glass. Okay. We'll make this cursor pointer. Okay. We say active text gray 900. Just flash that. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're going to set the card width to, I don't know, what would be like a good width? 400 pixels. Okay, so then we can get rid of the submit button. Right, we already have a button on the side here. Okay. And then we'll say we'll say for the little part down here for already have an account, say view my search history, view my searches. Or we'll just say it's a paragraph. I'll just do a link to previous search history here. Actually, we'll bring that paragraph back and we'll say view my we'll say search history here. Something like, I don't know. Let's say, previous better searches. We'll just say history here. Okay, and then this will navigate to profile slash, I don't know where this will go yet. Can you review my project? It's a movie. I'm sure a lot of people in the Discord link down below will take a stab at reviewing it. I won't. I'm not gonna review it on the stream right now. I'm kind of building something right now. Sorry, dude. But maybe in a different stream. But definitely people in the Discord will take a peek at it and tell you what they think. Okay. So I'm gonna take our front end that we have right now, and we're gonna take it in and say, this is my page so far. Good start on the structure. A few things to flag. State null and user input should be state blank. Okay. Loading starts as true. I think the load amount should be use state false. Right? Width 400 on card. This will overflow on mobile screens. Okay. So for the front end stuff, what I don't mind doing is I don't mind going to Gemini and taking our project and feeding it into there for some front end tips, because I'm not a front end dude. I much rather write back end API stuff and actual data functions and stuff. Designing the front end is really not my cup of tea. So if I can get a little bit of help, then I'll take all I can get. So we'll polish this up here with this. Boom. See, now it just took our idea, it took like our framing and just made it what exactly pretty much I was thinking, right? So I got it there about 90% of the way there. I was thinking I wanted the card to be only around the search bar. And then I was just pasted it. Now it's cleaned up and it looks pretty good here. So what I'm going to do, now we can go through this and kind of clean things to how we like. We can polish. So I don't really like this leaderboard here out the front. I'm thinking maybe we just say back and we just make this home and we just say that this is back. Right? We need a cursor pointer. I like that little highlighting effect. That's cute. Uncover the alpha, real deep analytics for any polymarket wallet. Oh my gosh. Enter Polygon address. Looking for, see, like it just cleaned it up so nice. Looking for previous searches. View search history here. See, that looks so good. Just like that. But now we have better search all lined up. I think that highlight is terrible though. Okay, so let's look here. Let's kind of go through this top down here. Main, use navigate here for this kind of my borders around the whole thing. Now this is that navigate back to home, which goes there. Huh, so there's no border around this entire object here. Oh, it might be here. Yeah, it's here, right? Okay, so it's not around the whole block, the back anyways. Okay, so the search container here. Better search, text 5XL. Uncover the alpha. Uncover the alpha. Um, um, okay, so RT search tool, handle search. We have a handle search here with if user input starts with this user. That's in. Okay, we search containers here. Better search, uncover the alpha. RT search tools, handle search here. If I remove this, okay, so we say rounded, full. Shadow gray 200 over 50. Shadow XL. No, shadow medium. Just shadow small. Yeah, shadow. Border gray 200. 100 is fine. Rounded full, background white. That's good. If I change the shadow here, like that. What just happened?
She was like going up the stairs and she got stuck. Like like her feet were on one rung, and then her arms up there, and she couldn't like step. Are you okay? Gotta use your legs, sweetie. Are you sore? Are you a little tired?
I don't know what's going on with her lately.
You okay?
I'm on stream now.
Her legs just...
Come here, Sky.
I get that way. I think she's just sore.
I think I just need to trim her nails. I think she's slipping on the hardwood.
Bye, Dave.
Yeah, we gotta go take her to nap. Alright, I'm streaming. I'll be done in a second.
Stream King. Done in a sec. What happened to 5-hour stream? People want the 5 hours.
Not today.
Oh, we want now. We want 5-hour stream. All right. That just really gets my energy. Now I'm there.
Now you're done.
Now I'm done. Where's my other?
Okay, so we have form here. Handles just to error rounded. This is for the button submit. What's this for? Oh, this is the input. Huh. Full. Outline none. Tracking tight. Font medium. That's fine, but I don't really like how the search container itself is pretty here, padding right, 30 padding Y for the thinner. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Now what we'll do is we will here. Our blue, like 500. That's way better. Okay. Active translate Y, 0, transition all, cursor pointer, shadow large. Medium. Okay. That looks pretty good. There's too much spacing here. It's on the H1. Margin bottom 5. I'm actually going to the RT tool, the feedback and history. That's fine. Kind of want those to be all the same spacing. So better search, uncover the alpha. This will be margin bottom. Let's say like 2. A little bit smaller. And the search 2 has a div margin bottom 5 on it. So let's go 4 here. There we go. And then we can do margin top 6 here. So make this 4. 8. Okay, I like that. Hey, Jimmy Boats. How's it going, dude? Okay. So, gotcha, home. I want this. Search. Right, pick that up 4. Okay, that looks pretty good.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust
So
me.
actually
You're
we
not
need
that
to-
guy.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Here, on click. Equals to be an anchor tag actually. Anchor tag on click. What we're going to do is route this, use navigate, we'll navigate to home, and we gotta do, okay, so I'm gonna take this components, sourced note dot JSX. I'm gonna take this paragraph, go source note, we're gonna export default function source note, and then we're gonna return this paragraph, right? And so we're gonna import navigate
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
You?
Absolutely.
Import use navigate. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Let me know what you're working on. We'll say const navigate, or is it const? Yeah. So we navigate to polymarket.com from the home page. So now what we'll do is we'll import the source node into home. Right, and then I'll take the source node and replace that paragraph tag altogether. Right, so now I can take this source node and put this bad boy into our better search instead of this paragraph here. Source note here as such. So now we have a better search and we have the source note there. Oh, maybe we don't want to navigate. Let me see here. Let me take this source note. I'll feed this boy into here. And that. No, that looks garbage.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
You?
Absolutely.
What's going on? What? Invalid hook call. Where? What's wrong with this? Oh, the hook has to be called inside the component. That's why. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, hold up. We're gonna do that. We have source note here. this div. No, not that. Why would that go away? Oh, that's for the bottom here of the whole section. This has a gap 6 already applied to everything. So then if we just remove margins, make this gap 8. It looks like garbage. Okay. Where's my back on the leaderboard? Oh, it's on the individual person. We need to run our leaderboard builder here as well, so we get this running. Hold up. Let's run this in the background. All right, there we go. Okay, that's running in the background. It's still too thick of a... It's still too thick of a bar. This is for the input, for the form itself, and this is for the div. Padding of 1. So that whole thing. So padding. Let's just do like 1 less here. No, that's padding. It keeps it there. Or fills the whole thing. So is there a width? Is there a width? This is the form relative item center. Both of those. Is there a... I think it needs to be like a little bit bigger, honestly. Okay, so the leaderboard needs a back button, right? So let's go to the better search. We have that back button. Okay. We're going to do a component back button. This is going to take in props, right? So it's going to be path, something like that. You put in here the path. And then in better search, we're going to import the back button, and then we're going to put that here. And then we're going to pass into the back button path equals to slash. So how do you do props here? Oh yeah, we need to navigate, right? For use navigate here, and then we're gonna do const navigate equals to use navigate, like that. Like this. Take navigate to path. Back button. Then do you call it like this? How do you call it? So it's just path. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's good. So better leaderboard, back button, leaderboard. Okay, let's grab this back button now onto our leaderboard. Back button. We're passing a path equals to home. Nice. And then if we go to, where's our code at? What chunk are we on? 30 out of 34. Okay, we're almost there. So now we'll just go to our leader. Oh, it's the info pop-up. So what we're gonna do is put nav bar. Here's the back button here. Back button, like that. So now our back button will be consistent across all of our pages. This looks good. And then we have the better search. Or okay. Are we launching today? No, Tim, not even close. Not even close, Tim. Come on. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. Okay, so we have that is linked up appropriate. Right, better search goes here. Better search. I'm not sure why that's so tight on the title. Better search. Tracking tight is fine. Margin bottom 2. Whoa! Someone's using the blender. We're gonna make this small and above. What? Why isn't that working? I'm confused. It's gonna be text small on big screens and above. Text medium small screens and above. Otherwise text small. Why am I getting screwed here? Let's get some feedback. What if we got rid of, what if we made it text 6XL all the time? Text base the whole time. Okay. And then I'm gonna go to, okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have leaderboard here, which has our leaderboard, which looks good. We have a back button on our leaderboard, last updated, looks good. Sorts accordingly. Nice, look at that. And then you have a back button on here. Okay, but the back button that gets fed on the leader page goes back to leaderboard. Yeah. Better search, leaderboard. Nice, that looks really good. Look at that. Look at this website flow we got going right now. This looks really solid. This site looks sick so far. It looks like really clean and nice. I like it a lot. Okay. So we gotta round out a footer. We don't have like a footer totally rounded out either. Right? This says that this has the note here. Well, that note honestly shouldn't be there because better search. Um, so we need a drop down feature for, because they can search for a better, and then they need to provide, right, a closed position parameter. That's the only thing we have to give is a closed position parameter. So maybe we put that as like an additional little drop down field here, or put it like here. Because they have to give a closed position number for days to go back 30, 60, 90, whatever we offer, right? Okay. This looks solid so far. I really like it. Um, Okay, then we have, so on the better search, what's the looking for previous? Is there a margin bottom on this? Now we have a gap. So take off that gap. There we go. That looks good. That looks really good. Okay. Better search page is built for the most part. We just need to add in a closed amount of closed days parameter to go back on, right? Or they have to search a user and then it generates that. Right? Rather than doing all up front. Because what we'd have to do is distinguish. No, I'm not doing that. We need to put it here. So we need to add like a drop down onto this form. So it'd be like, are there like what kind of drop down features are there in HTML? I forgot. Select tags. Okay. So in this form, we're gonna have a select tag. Um, yeah, we'll have a drop down here. We'll have a drop down here. We kind of need a label though, right? This is gonna be 4 days. You have like we're going to do like this. Options.map a option. I forgot how to do this. I'm gonna take my artsy tool here. I'm gonna feed it. I'm gonna say needing to add a drop down menu for the closed days options, but want to keep the aesthetic. Let's see what I suggest here. So okay, so kind of suggested to do it separately. kind of be up here, its own little div, right? And what we're gonna do is open up this div, and we have const to an array, say 30, 60, 90. It might be like this. It's like this in JavaScript. Do a div here. We're going to do period options dot map option. We're going to map it to a button. Kind of want to put it right here. Uncrop period is not defined. Okay, that looks good. Sweet. Wow, nice. 30, 60, or 90-day periods. Those look good. So then what we're going to do, we need kind of like a label though, right? Okay. I think that looks pretty decent. Um, hey Curry, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. I got 34 people in here right now. If you're not subscribed, if you could hit the sub button, I really appreciate it. It's completely free. I've got a Discord link down below with all of my learning resources. I've been teaching myself how to code for a little over a year and a half now from scratch. I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry. And I have I've been teaching myself how to code from scratch, like I said, in Python. I built tools to incorporate into my, chemical analytics back in my previous position as a chemist. I am now working as like more an administrative role as a lab manager for equipment management for a clinical lab. And I write various scripts in Python for that position to generate like KPIs, key performance indicators, help out with my position for ordering equipment, managing the PMs and calibration schedules and things like that. And we've been building this project here for a little over about a month and a half now, called Polywhirl, um, on and off as we've been doing stuff, and we have a pretty cool project going on so far. So thanks to everyone for being here and hanging out. I appreciate it so much. This is pretty cool. I like how we go. So we definitely want to go back through and probably make the button theming a little bit more consistent across the entire page, right? So probably have to abstract out a class for buttons and things like that, but it's not super important. We're just gonna get the bare bones structure going and then moving from there. Um, so better search is here. Uncovering, right? It looks good. Um, I think this looks pretty solid. We don't have the search history page set up yet for your profile or whatever. So that'll go to your profile, like your searches or whatever. Um, cool. Um, what else do we want to add here? I think that this looks pretty solid for now. So what's going to happen? What happens on this page is that you search a user, you press with the day selected. Maybe we will map options. So we have this here. I'm gonna ask for some help on this. I want to say, how can I auto select the 30-day option as default during a map? You already have it. Your use state sets default to 30. Oh, that's right. So period would have to be 30 here. So now that would say there as state. There it goes. Okay, perfect. All right, that looks really good. So when you press search, this will load up a a dashboard basically for viewing this better. Okay. Cool. I think I might call it here, you guys. This was an awesome session where we successfully got the single better pipeline wired up. What we did today is we kind of went back on. If you guys go back to the beginning of the stream, we went back and cleaned up the code for. We removed we refactored out the part where we were passing in save parameters to our multi-build user function, and like it just wasn't. We wanted to use different schemas and stuff, so it just wasn't working. So I deleted all that. I went back through, deleted those parameters, cleaned it back up, and then what we did is we built in our polywhirl object here. We built this build better function here, which resembles a lot of the build users function, but has its own terminology for betters, taking in periods and search by function parameters to save those to a better. Actually, we had to incorporate those into build users by adding the close period with a default for build users so that it could be shared by both of those functions, and then build users obviously the better right, it has a save better function, which we had to write for insert better here. So we did all that this morning, and then we pushed that up. And so when we tested it out, and we wrote this right here, single better builder. So the single better builder just really nicely showed that we were appropriately building our better timeline, or better pipelines for single betters now. And then we started working on the front end here for the better search. So what you'll be able to do is go to better search if you're a paid member and search for poly market addresses for any of these addresses, any of these date lead parameters, rather than just having only the leaderboard access. So I think that is pretty cool so far. Let me know what you guys think. I like it so far. I think it's pretty nice. I might change these buttons to be more square rather than, because we have rounded edges here and we have square edges here, so it's kind of buttons, a little bit of visual tension in my opinion, but overall it's pretty nice. Um, and so what we need to do next is when you submit this form, right? This form is going on submit. For on submit of this, we'll add a handler function. The handler function in JavaScript will call our API for entering this address the user entered into this script here for build better and returning that back to us. And so it should be able to handle that and run that, and yeah, it should be pretty easy. Yeah. I'll probably be back on a little bit later today to wire that up and code that up. So let me go ahead and take a break here, grab some lunch, and hang out with my girlfriend. She's back from her yoga and stuff, and then or from work, and we'll come back and keep going. So thanks so much for being here. If you guys add the possibility to change them too, what do you mean change them? What you mean change them? If you guys have any features or something you guys think would be cool to implement, please let me know. Whether it be different statistical parameters to track, different search options, just whatever kind of features that we can play off of the prediction market kind of hype, I think is cool to add onto here. But that's gonna be it for me today. Dark theme. Oh, change the theme too. Yeah, I'll probably maybe add a dark theme. I kind of like the white clean setup though, but it is pretty blinding if you. All right, but we will leave it at that for right now. I'll probably come back on in a little bit to wire up the API for submitting this form and actually running the single better builder and then displaying that data. So we'll probably display it in a similar page style to the leaderboard person here. So yeah, that's what we'll probably wire up. Is we'll probably call this that page. But the thing is this is leaderboard for that better. I kind of want to make it for better search for the user that, right, or whatever. But I want to reuse the same page, but I don't want to have to make a duplicate file. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. I'll have to kind of talk it through. But so far, so good. Back buttons look nice. Filters are working appropriately. This is sick. I'm super happy with this so far. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here and hanging out. Please subscribe and like if you want to see more. I'll be back later tonight where we'll continue on and probably play some Stardew Valley and hang out and whatnot. Watch some coding videos, react to, maybe read you guys' resumes or watch videos like Primogen and the stand-up and stuff, KC, all that kind of stuff. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow or not tomorrow, later tonight. Peace out. This was a great 3-hour stream. Bye, guys.